Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father, Blind. Now, I had a realization. Actually, I had a double realization. First of all, for some reason, when I started the game, the intro didn't actually play. Now, you won't know that, because I publish all of my Let's Plays after I already finished them, so I haven't yet published the first episode, and I am going to fix it in editing. But so to you it will seem as if it has played normally, but it didn't, and that's why I didn't comment on it. Not that it was particularly enlightening, because it was just one of those nightmares that were mentioned that Gabriel has, and I guess his father had. There was, like, some of the themes and images were actually related to those notes in my father's journal, because there was a woman that turned into a tiger, and there were also snakes, like snakes strangling a man or something like that, but it was all pretty cryptic. So that's one realization, but the other is that I must have been very tired the last time I played, because I realized sort of in between episodes, after I rested a little bit, that it was utterly nonsensical of me to try and pick up clay from the shore using tweezers. Like, I was so fixated on sort of adventure game logic that I didn't question the fact that if you want to pick up clay, for comparison's sake, later with someone's shoe print or whatever, you would literally do that with your hand, right? So I'll go back here and attempt that.
Is that clay? Yuck.
Yeah, that's exactly kind of...
Those two objects would have no effect on each other. Gabriel is carrying a scale he found near the crime scene. The jar contains frou-frou hair gel.
But where's the clay? Is that clay?
Gabriel is carrying a lump of clay from the banks of Lake Pontchartrain.
Yeah, fair enough. I think it might be very important, because as I said, I might find some other shoe print that has similar clay, or somebody's clothes might be stained with the clay. So I am glad that I came back here. Now let's go back to the police station and talk with my detective friend.
Hey, nice precinct.
Think so? That's peachy.
Got a second, officer?
What can I do you for?
Do you know anything about snakes?
What does this look like? A zoo? Never mind, don't answer that. No, I don't know nothing about no snakes.
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's in his office. Go on back.
She's not bad. Excuse me, officer.
Yes?
What kind of... I kind of dislike the way the protagonist is sort of set up. He's kind of sleazy. Like, the way he comments on every woman's appearance in his head when he looks at them. Like, the first thing he thinks about is, oh, that's not bad, she's not bad looking. And Like, what kind of question even is that? Who would even think that? To walk into a place you don't work at and ask some random woman, who's not a waitress, mind you, it is not a restaurant, to make you coffee. Like, none of those are particularly good option. She's working right now, so...
Oh, never mind.
Fine. I'll get back to work.
I'll just leave her be.
It's an inbox. An officer's desk is just behind the front counter.
Hey, hey, hey. It's you, God help me.
So, how's it hanging, bud?
Lousy. I hate crime scenes. People are sick fucks. You know that, Knight?
I'm starting to get that impression. You been feeling okay lately? You look like hell.
Me? You know, I can't sleep at night, what with thinking about the case and thinking about Annie.
I can relate. Played any b-ball lately?
Does it look like it? I'm so out of shape, I'd probably have a coronary just looking at a ball.
I'm out of it too. We should play sometime. Get back into shape.
Man, I'd love to, Knight. I'll let you know if things ever settle down.
I have to say, though, as much as I don't quite like the protagonist's character, I think it's pretty kick-ass that his literal surname is just Knight. I would have loved to be called Knight.
Anything else new?
Just work. Sorry I don't have more time to chat, bud.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Insult him? Why would I do that? Unless it's in sort of a playful way, but I won't take the chance.
Tell me about yourself.
For the book?
Sure, why not?
Okay, what do you want to know?
How'd you like working on the police force?
Are you kidding? You know I love being a cop. In New Orleans, it's the best place in the world to be one.
What are your plans for the future?
Well, you know, I don't like to count my chickens before they're hatched, but I don't see why I can't be the chief of police of New Orleans someday. I already know the mayor, and my record is one of the best in the department.
I'm sure it's just a matter of moments, mostly.
Yeah, you'll see.
Got any hobbies?
Yeah, making your life miserable.
I'm serious. Don't you shoot or chew or something like that?
No, I'm a freaking ballet dancer. Jeez. Yeah, I was #1 at the Louisiana State Fair Marksman Contest. I play trumpet, too. You know, put your lips together and blow.
How's your home life?
Oh, real funny, Knight. Why don't you just bring in some frickin' salt? Well, you know Annie left me. My home life is shit.
Right. Sorry about that. Just tell me anything at all.
Remember how we used to play monkey in the middle? We used to piss off our senior year teacher. What was her name? Ms. McKelly? You'd act like you were gonna toss her an eraser or something. Then you'd throw it to me over her head. And we used to do it at your grand's, too. Like with the remote when she wanted to watch her soaps.
Yep. And it was a great way to pick up women in the library hall. Oh, those were the days. Oh, nothing. Never mind.
It's your dime.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
There's voodoo that goes on in this city, sure. I looked into it a bit at the beginning of this case. But the voodoo stuff found at the crime scenes is all faked. It doesn't have anything to do with the real stuff. I know. I asked some experts. It's intimidation tactics, that's all.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
I told you, don't worry about that part of it. It's all faked.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Lots. Can you be more specific?
Do you know anything about the killers?
At least 20 people attend the killings. We know this from the variety of footprints found at the scenes.
Footprints? Aren't those as good as fingerprints?
Can be, but we'd have to have a suspect in custody first, and the suspect would have to match one of the few distinct prints we have. Most of the footprints are smudged, trodden over, unreadable. These guys are so casual in their expertise, it's maddening. Like they know we'll never find them.
How many murders have there been so far?
7 murders have so far been linked to the voodoo murders case. Now, the first murder occurred about 8 weeks ago. The M.O. was the same in each murder. Lake Pontchartrain was the 7th.
What kind of evidence have you found?
No fingerprints, a few bare footprints. Found a few fibers, but not many. The weirdest one was leopard fur.
Leopard fur?
Barefoot, huh? That's interesting and rather unusual. And to be honest, that would be... because even shoe prints can help you a lot. But obviously, different people can have the same type of shoe. But barefoot, footprints are almost as good as fingerprints, I would say. Because different people obviously have different shapes of their foot, but they also walk differently. Like, for example, if someone has problems with their posture or limps or something, it would reflect in the way their foot is positioned, even if he is similarly built to some different person. And also, that's just weird to go around barefoot, around the city in the modern age. And the leopard fur, like, maybe it has something to do with my dream. There was I guess it wasn't a tiger, was it? It was specifically, I guess, maybe a leopard or a cheetah. I'm not exactly an expert in differentiating different types of big cats, but, that just seems weirdly coincidental.
Describe the crime scenes.
Well, there's the corpse itself, minus the heart. Around where the body was killed, we find marks and flour and blood. There are traces of wax from candles, red and black. Ordinary wax candles, so the lab reports. Also blood and feathers of chickens. Also goat's blood. And plenty of the victim's own, of course.
What's the coroner say?
The victim's heart is always ripped out of the chest and missing. We haven't located a single one of them.
Oh, lovely. Any idea what they do with them?
Don't even want to know. Also, the coroner says some of the victims had heart attacks before the incision. Literally scared to death. The knife wounds are consistent with a long, narrow, wavy-edged knife. Probably a ritualistic dagger.
Any witnesses?
Nope. There's never been a single witness. No one's even heard a disturbance. It's damned weird, like they just don't want people to see, and so nobody sees nothing.
Know anything about the victims?
The victims are all out-of-towners. We still don't know why.
Oh, nothing, never mind.
Sure, no problem.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
You and me grew up together. You tell me. It's a pretty nice place, even seeing the stuff I see. The quarter's getting a bit too wild, though. Getting hard to control. Not quite what it was when you and me used to hang here, but... hell, I've never known anything else.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
I'm too sentimental to say anything else about it.
Do you know anything about snakes?
The only thing I know about snakes is I don't like them.
Do you know anything about snakes?
The only thing I know about snakes...
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
That's coming up, isn't it? We get some occasional weirdness in the quarter, but nothing much. Used to have a lot of strange things happen, though, or so I hear.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I don't know much except what I already told you.
Do you have any idea what caprice encore means?
Hell no. Is that French? My mother spoke it, but I always had a hard enough time just speaking English.
True enough. Tell me about yourself.
What else do you want to know?
Oh, nothing, never mind.
It's your dime.
What's the status on the voodoo murders case?
It's going. Can't seem to make any progress, though. Sluggish damn case. It's weird.
Do you know anything about the patterns around the bodies?
Yeah, weird, huh? All 7 victims had those little marks around them. We got all the marks on file, but we haven't figured out what, if anything, they mean.
Can I see the other 6 patterns?
Sure. People like that kind of stuff, don't they? Might make the book seem more mysterious. Go talk to Officer Franks. Tell her I said you could see the file.
I got those photographs you left for me.
Really? Great. What'd you think?
Astonishingly lifelike.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Got any more ideas for photos for the book?
A cop author photo might be nice.
You and me? Together?
Why not? Of course, you'll have to try to tone down your masculinity.
Well, okay. I'll call the police photographer. Franks, come here a minute, would you? And bring your camera.
What did you need, Detective Mosley?
We need a picture, please. And make it a good one, huh, sweetheart?
Sure, sweetheart.
Say, chintzy.
Was there anything else, Knight?
What would that do? I have hair gel.
Hold on a sec while I go check my hair.
Good God, Knight, make it fast.
Oh, damn it. Okay, I kind of screwed this, because there might be things here, right, that...
It's an inbox. There's nothing of interest in the inbox. Gabriel wouldn't want to mess with somebody else's desk. There's no reason to do that. It looks a bit heavy.
Okay, I kind of think I screwed that, because I think there might have been something to be accomplished.
My hair looks perfect the way it is at the moment.
Something to be accomplished here without her being here. But I don't know what that could be at this point.
An officer's desk is just behind the front counter.
Yeah, I have a feeling...
Gabriel would... There's nothing...
I have a feeling...
There isn't...
I screwed that, but... Oh well.
Would you just get in here? Hurry up, would you?
Okay, ready.
Thanks, hon. Let me know when you got it developed. The photos, that is.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, there's something I've botched here. I'm pretty sure of that. Oh well, you can't win them all, especially when you play for the first time.
Anything else new?
Just work. Sorry I don't...
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
I got those photographs you left for me.
So you said. Did you think of any other shots for the book?
Oh, okay, I can do it again later.
Nope, I think we have everything we need.
Okay, but you shouldn't underestimate the power of beefcake, my friend.
How about getting me some coffee?
Coffee? You want coffee?
Should that surprise you?
Nah, you've always been a caffeine addict. It's just that what we got here hardly qualifies.
So, I'm desperate.
It's your stomach. I'll get you some when we're done talking.
That long?
All right, I'll go now.
So again, this is... I shouldn't have done that. Because there's probably something I can take from among his things.
Don't touch anything while I'm gone.
Or you know, like take a look at something while he's gone. But I don't know what.
Mosley's desk has more groin logs of unsalved.
Here, drink it.
Thanks.
That doesn't work. The coffee cup is empty.
What? So have you already... Okay, so let's take a look at his office then.
A microwave. If Gabriel knows Mosley, it's used exclusively for frozen corn dogs, police department memos, and other didactic blurbs. Mosley's office looks a lot like his room at college. Art prints of the mall variety. An intercom. How high-tech. Art prints of the mall variety. Mosley was one of those beefy guys in his youth. Now he's getting lumpy. The badge in his front coat pocket is set off particularly well by the gold polyester of his jacket. Mosley's office looks logs of unsolved cases, perhaps. Mosley must have 1 million of them. Mosley's desk has more groin on it than on his head. Mosley's phone. Mosley's bookcase holds old magazines and binders. Nice polyester. Looks like something Mosley keeps around for formal occasions. Mosley's office looks like logs of... That's funny. That window is a mirror on the other side. Logs of unsolved cases, perhaps?
I'm not sure what would I pick up from here. I guess I'll get the files that he granted me access to.
Excuse me, officer.
Yes?
Can you get a file for me?
What file would that be?
The voodoo murders file? Detective Mosley said I could see it.
Really? Well, if he said so. There it is. You can look at it all you want, but don't leave this area with it, okay? And no photocopies either, I'm afraid.
Of course. I understand completely.
Oh, okay. So what I am having to do is copy it while she's gone, and then give her back the original and leave with the copy so that I can compare it with stuff. But let's first look at it.
The police file contains partial patterns from the first 6 voodoo murders.
Okay, but what should I do in Mosley's office. What can I even do? Well,
Don't leave the room with that file, please.
Wait. So how would I do it? Unless I know where it is and I can pick it up later on my own?
Excuse me, officer.
Yes?
How do I give it back?
Are you sure I can't make a copy of this file?
I'm real sure.
Fair enough. That's actually very reasonable, actually.
I'm done.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so it's going to be out here. Okay, that works. That works.
Anything else new?
Just work. Sorry.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
I got those photographs.
So you said.
Let's take another cop off the shop.
That must be pretty annoying for the other people working here. Like, God. You know, the traditional sort of game protagonist
Franks, come back in here with that camera.
is a ungodly nightmare when you view them through a lens of an actual real life situation.
Now what, sir?
That clown wants another picture. You don't mind, do you?
Of course not. What else could I possibly have to do?
Right?
Anything else, Knight?
Hold on a sec while I go check my hair.
Good God, Knight, make it fast.
Let me see that file again. Just want to check this machine here.
Okay, so I have a copy, right?
Gabriel has a photocopy of the official police file containing the partial patterns from the voodoo murders.
Fair enough. That worked out pretty well.
Would you just get in here?
Now, what could I possibly need from his
Hurry
office?
up, would you?
Okay, ready.
Thanks, hon. Let me know when you got it developed. The photos, that is.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think I'm done. Like, maybe it's for later, because there wasn't anything. I looked at everything, and there wasn't anything that sort of jumped at me. So I guess I'll be going. Although, I'll visit the museum and look at this...
I'm gonna hit the road.
Ciao, baby.
And look at the snake.
Hi. Look around all you want.
Okay, thanks.
She looks thrilled to be here. A very large, very formidable-looking snake is secured in a plexiglass cage.
Could I ask you a few questions?
I wouldn't be much help. You should talk to Dr. John, the owner. He'll be back tomorrow.
I see. Thank you. So, how's the museum business?
I don't know. I don't normally work here.
Okay, so maybe I can research snakes back at my shop. I have a lot of books, so...
I'll be gone now, thanks.
So long.
Hey, Grace. Here I am.
I wish you wouldn't wear that coat outside in June. I could smell you from here.
that's actually that's actually a very good point. Like, I wasn't exactly sure what time of the year it is, but come on, if it's the middle of the summer, then wearing a full leather long coat is probably not the best option.
That shelf holds used copies of the Dime Strife series. Secrets. The books on that old medical reference texts are stored on an upper shelf.
Medical reference.
The books on the table have been chosen for their special appeal. Recent fiction by the biggies. Gabriel's had all those books.
Maybe there's something.
Gabriel can...
On the upper row?
If you try to look down my shirt one more time, I'm leaving.
Hell, just trying to refresh my memory.
I know what you're trying to refresh, and it isn't your memory. Get down.
Gabriel's had all those books in the bathroom, and Gabriel finds those popular authors very mediocre. The old medical reference books are useless. Gabriel leafs through a German-English dictionary.
Himmel means heaven. Uh-huh.
Gabriel's life is a pulp novel. He doesn't need to read one. Gabriel does not want to work on the damaged books right now.
Maybe you know something about this scale.
Do you know anything about this?
No, sorry.
So, what's new, Grace?
Your use of mathematics, for one thing.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you have messages for me?
Nope. None right now.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure. What?
Could you see what you can find out about a woman named Malia Getty?
The name Getty sounds familiar. What's your interest in her?
Oh, just, stuff about the voodoo murders. If you could get an address...
They're murders. Right. I'll see what I can find out. Anything else?
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Well, I would like to research snakes.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Doing a family tree, Gabriel?
Very funny. I mean real snakes. You know, scaly, cold-blooded. I would have thought you'd find them empathetic.
Mm-hmm. I know very little about reptiles of any kind and prefer to keep it that way. I think there's a book on snakes around here somewhere, though.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I'm very interested in finding that book.
It's about closing time.
So it is. Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gabriel. And try not to dream, okay?
A mask I wore as I approached. I was what I am not, and though the pattern was unclear, its meaning could be bought.
Good morning. Don't you look swell today? Actually, swollen.
Oh.
So have some. There's a fresh pot on the table. Seriously, you look like hell. Your hair is sticking straight up like a... Oh, it always does that. Never mind.
Ha ha.
Did you dream about the fire and the hang guy and that lion thing last night?
Leopard, not lion. Did you get anything on Malia Getty?
Well, I did get her address, but you're a little out of your league here, big fella. The Gettys own 3 local hospitals, just to name a few of their assets. They run in very high circles.
Did you get an address?
I got the address. I suppose this has nothing to do with the fact that Malia Getty is incredibly gorgeous. I should have known you wouldn't go for a rich, ugly socialite.
And that address is...
Hey! Far be it from me to postpone your total humiliation. It's 557 West Ingram. That's the Garden District, Estate City.
That's all I wanted to know. And yes, my dear, Malia Getty is the most dangerous-looking diversion I've ever seen. Ouch!
Oy, men.
Okay, so he dreams of the same thing each time. And what's on the paper?
Times-Picayune, dated June 19, 1993. A front-page article describes the most recent of the voodoo murders. Gabriel scans it but learns not anew. The article reiterates that the voodoo aspect of the crimes is fake. Gabriel shivers. It looked real enough to him. Elsewhere, there's an article about the history of Jackson Square, called La Plaza d'Armas. Under French rule, it was used for executions, firing squads, hanging, even impalement and breaking on the wheel. Yikes! Of course, These days, it's mostly a hangout for tourists, street musicians, and local artists. Gabriel also scans the Aquarius horoscope for the day. Chances of a dark star rising on this day. Do not trust your instincts.
I feel a dark star rising, all right.
There's a book on snakes somewhere around here, and I would very much like to find it. I think there are some more books in my room, so...
Several dozen books, including a few of Gabriel's novels, occupy the shelves above his desk. Gabriel's reference books occupy a space near his typewriter. Gabriel's bedroom is all...
I don't need them right now.
Gabriel doesn't need anything from the bookshelf. Gabriel doesn't need anything from the bookshelf. Gabriel might as well leave that here. There's nothing else Gabriel needs from the medicine cabinet.
Like, she specifically name-dropped a book on snakes, right? So... there has to be one. Somewhere, and I would very much like to read it.
Old medical reference text. The top shelf contained books on animals, including snakes and other reptiles. The top shelf contains a set of German books that once belonged to Gabriel's grandfather.
Okay, so... Okay, this is kind of bullshit, because this, and this all has the same description, but this little part and this has two different descriptions? I am very much interested in a book about snakes.
Gabriel pulls down a book on snakes.
Snakes are legless reptiles. Some snakes kill their prey with poison, some by constriction. A snake smells by tasting the air with its forked tongue. The smells are passed back to a sense organ in the mouth. Constrictor snakes, however, sense their prey by vibration.
Did you know that medieval legends about dragons and giant worms are actually based on snakes? You know, dragons, devils, sea monsters, well, they've always been associated with snakes.
Grace, get alive.
That doesn't exactly help me. I was hoping the book would tell me, you know, what kind of a snake scale this is.
Putting the scales there wouldn't help.
What about a book on Germans? There is a German guy.
Gabriel selects a volume of German poetry that he always found strangely compelling.
Drei Drachen. Drei Drachen kriechen in meinen Schlaf. Die Ziele wollen sie lebendig zum Fraß. Feurigen Atems, gespaltener Zunge, genießen sie jedes Mal.
That's nice.
Heinz Ritter. I'm not sure what it says, but I get the feeling the guy was one sick puppy.
He has a pretty good pronunciation of German. Like, I understood there was something about 3 dragons, which, you know, drei Drachen, 3 dragons, and something about my soul. Seele is soul in German. The 3 dragons specifically seem very relevant, especially coupled with what she said, how dragons and snakes are kind of intertwined in mythology, because I've been dreaming about snakes a lot. And this painting has snakes as well? 3 dragons, you say? There was a dragon in the clock, right? But that...
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you have messages for me?
Nope. None right now.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure. What?
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Is the... Okay, no it isn't. Because I would very much like if the poem was somehow recorded. Like, it seems significant. And obviously I can't speak German myself, so it's very difficult for me to remember even bits and pieces of it. I know a couple of words. I can like count to 20, introduce myself, and like order a beer. So that's pretty much it. Okay, I will go and meet that woman, Malia Getty, or at least try to meet her, but I will do it next time, because this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to save and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!